Ayo Boutique. What's up, everybody? This your girl Lean Baltimore from the Baltimore Lean Show, and we out here chilling in front of Ayo Boutique, cutting it up with your girl Trill Bino, the hottest, newest artist out there in Baltimore.
So limitless, so you can't tell me what the fuck to do. And I'ma let them know that I'm coming through with a tool or two. Not an automatic, but my words is what a semi do. But, slow it down, but I ain't dissing you. Niggas hate the kid, cause the flow's so cold. So old, mouth on bold. Waves on swim, so they hate on him. Look like a brim, stomp him out with my Timbs. Damn, I got a class in the AM. Don't wanna wake up, I'm just trying to stay in. Smoke a blunt while the room get fuzzy. Chillin' on the moon with my cousins, feeling lucky. Can't take nothing from me, cause all my jewels swimming in love. I got God on my side, so don't get it fucked up. Piece you up with all my rings on, stomp him out with my Timbs on, while I sing to my theme song. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm not a player, I just crush a lot. Not a crush, but I think that I just talk a lot. See, they love the way I'm speaking, but I'd rather not waste my breath on a nigga who don't love me right. Inspiration to the masses like I'm Julio. Name the place and I'll take you there further than you know, or what you think you can, cause I'm an alien. Let me take you to my party, make your head spin, and we can take a quick trip. Flying in my spaceship, blasting through the clouds, and make your shit flip like a cartwheel, cause I'm a heart still. I ain't for the temporary in your heart still. Big baby Bino, blunt in the pocket, we know. Gas Patrick Shon Ski, somewhere up in Pluto. Yeah, somewhere up in Pluto. Trouble too real, like you trying to do your gyro. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. Baltimore, baby, too nice, just like my father say. But I've been struggling and I've been moving all the heavyweight. It's kinda crazy when you gotta build yourself up. Feeling like the world got you stuck floating from the neck up. Peace is the key and I won't let up. This life shit really feeling like a long game of catch up. Feet up on the pavement and I'm kicking up dust. Life is really crazy, but survival is a must. Try it if you wanna, I'm a stunner and you know this. Important figure in your life, yeah, it's giving flow this. I'm a fucking genius, my L's got me fiending. The top I'm really reaching, even on the weekends. So you is not a real nigga, you be on them painkillers. You be trying to kill yourself before you see it's really in you. Moving different and it's nothing new, I got shit to prove. Even in my darkest days I run it just like you ain't do. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm too close to catch up now. I'm too close to try and catch up. I'm too close to catch up now. Just try your luck and get stuck. I'm too close to catch up now. I'm too close to try and catch up. Just try your luck and get stuck. I told you, too close to catch up. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished.
I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, cause I ain't done, and I ain't finished.
All right, we
we getting started. We getting started. Yours truly, Diamond K, in here, and we was having a crazy conversation behind the scenes, and I want us to bring some of that to the show. DJ Patrick Shon Ski in the building. What's going on, y'all?
Peace. What's up?
Going on? Oh, that's right. You told me to call you Ski. Okay, you told me to call you Ski.
You can call me Ski.
Right. Call you Ski. All right. So, Ski, I'm sorry, you are an artist, and I think you are a producer also. And of course, DJ Patrick in the building. Quiet Records, right? All right. So, before we dive into Shon Ski and everything that you got going, and Patrick and the history and the future and all that, I want us just to talk on the baseline about artists today and the struggles that they have, and then also from Patrick and I of the same generation. So, like from our perspective, as being label owners and producers and fixtures in the culture, like there's a disconnect somewhere. I don't know where it is, but there's a disconnect. All right, so well, Shon, I guess maybe we start a bit of your story. How did you get started in music and being an entertainer?
To be for real with you, my man Freeze, like he put me on to media, and we were doing radio together, and through that situation I met Pat, and we started to like make records and everything. Me and Freeze, we just really had like a good business relationship. And we collaborate too on music, but over the years, I would just say like I kind of found myself in situations where I would be rapping for people. And it was this one particular event that we went to. It was a Whiskey Girl event, and we was there doing media press. And I was kind of like, I didn't have any music out. I was just outside. So they was in the parking lot. Everybody was rapping. I went over and I rapped with everybody, but I didn't know that we was being recorded. And the video was on Facebook, and I think like the next day it probably got like 1,500 views on it. So I started getting asked to do shows.
Just off of the strength
of that. I didn't have no songs out. Like,
that's good.
And that kind of put the fire under me, like, I gotta put some music out.
So was it a hobby at that point? You weren't taking it serious, or you were taking it serious?
I guess I really didn't know what I wanted to do, because I liked media. I liked interviewing people. I liked the idea of learning the artist's perspective, I guess, from a different side. And a part of me too, like I was afraid, like, what if they don't like what I do?
Well,
so I was kind of holding myself back and playing it safe.
And then, so how long ago was that?
Ooh, that was like 2016.
Okay. All right. And so you had met Patrick at that point.
In 2016, that's when we met.
Y'all
right?
met in
2016, 2017, we met around that time. And working with Pat was probably one of the first producers that I worked with that was very like anal. And I never had that type of development before. Do it again. No 16 bars, 24 bars. If I give you a subject, stay on subject. Like it was like boot camp.
Oh, he was like that. Okay, like no, that's good. Yeah. That's good. Dr. Dre's like that too. And then, yeah. So did it frustrate you?
Sometimes, absolutely. Yeah. And I feel like I just kept meeting people like that. Like everybody who I met thereafter that wanted to work with me, it was like that.
So okay, so when you met Patrick, and did you know his resume? Like, how quickly did you find out, like the kind of records that he had been a part of?
I would say maybe like a few sessions in. But the first time that we was working together, I just really didn't like lines of communication. I feel like every time me and Pat talk, me and Pat was here. But we've always been in situations too where it's like multiple people that we working with. So like when you funnel in information,
you get lost.
Yeah. So it was always a lot of that. But at the time, like when I met him, no, I didn't know. I just showed up like, hey, I'm here to rap.
So you just thought he was just some dude?
Yeah, like
some dude with a studio.
Here rapping with some man.
Like, got some dude with a studio. Okay.
But I was with it though. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
And then so Patrick, I don't even know if I know the answer to this, but like, how did you get started in music?
Ooh. Oh, shoo. Gee. Uh, I was all about music when I was young. I mean, I used to save my lunch money and go buy records.
Mm-hmm.
I and go. I used I would walk all the way down Mondawmin to go to Metro 2 Stereo and buy records from Tommy and them.
Yeah.
I mean, and then when it came as far as production, it wasn't enough stuff out there for us to play. That so started making it. So
So how? Okay. So how important and then this is gonna be ahead of I mean before your time, but
Okay.
how important was like working in a place like Sound of Baltimore? Was that to your production and your DJing, or did it not affect it at all?
I mean, it was very important because it's my production. I see what's coming out. I see what's coming out, and at a point in time, wasn't really nothing coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, in Baltimore, it's like they wasn't really playing hip hop. It was more house music than anything. And then we used to play a bunch of imports, and imports started drying up. So we had no choice but to make our own.
Right. And then so the first record that you made that you released was what?
DJ with the money in.
Right.
I mean, I had something to do with Kenny B's stuff.
Yeah,
before that.
right.
But as me, DJ Patrick, DJ with the money at.
Oh, DJ where the money at? That's Eric E doing the vocals
Eric
on
E.
there, and then from there you just started rolling. So what? Okay, so after that record came, you went straight to the next record, or like did you already have it planned out? Like what was the?
Then we start working on the EA's EP,
Right.
and then from there, Final Fucking Flam, all that stuff started coming.
Right. And what's my name? Say my name.
And
Those
what's my name?
records.
Say my
Yeah.
name.
So I noticed, I didn't realize it back then, but I looking back, you also collaborated with other producers like Griff. You work with Griff a lot. How did those type of collaborations happen? Because you don't have to have other producers. You could just produce everything yourself. But how did that?
like how me and Griff work. I might have an idea. Me and him will get on the phone, and I tell him my idea, and we get to work.
Yeah.
And
So it's easy.
and the egos to the side, and we do it for the culture.
Yeah.
It's for the culture.
Yeah.
And if I got an idea, if I got an idea, and I pitch it to him, and if I ain't really got the time to do it, he'll do it. It's a lot of songs I had ideas for. I didn't do it, but the idea came from me.
That's dope.
I didn't realize that.
It's not even about an ego. It's just get it done. Let's get it. It don't matter if I did it or you did it. Let's get that idea done.
Get it out. So coming from and of course people that don't know, Sound of Baltimore is a record store. So coming from the record store era to where we are now, where it's a digital era, where as though we got iTunes or Apple Music, Spotify, whatever. So that's taking the place of the record store, right? Do you think it's easier or better now, or was it easier or better then with the record stores?
I mean, now make it easier for music to come out, and because back then it had a cost.
Yeah, a big cost,
a big time cost. And putting out a record back then, 500 record might cost you 1,500.
Yeah.
Now,
and you don't even know
a song. You could do a song right now 5 minutes later, it's on the internet.
Yeah. So that is a good thing. So you know, Ski, you know a little bit about that era.
A little bit.
Do you think that you would have liked that to be an artist at that time?
I feel like the type of artist that I am and the type of artist I'm becoming, I would have liked it because you get to really touch people.
Yeah,
like
you have to. Yeah,
like, and that's important because when you realize that it's deeper than the music. Like, all right, people gravitate towards you because of your music, but like sometimes people just like your vibe or your aura. You know what I'm saying? They like your conversation.
Definitely.
So
I mean,
yeah, I would have liked that.
the problem about this era is versus our era. At least in our era, we can control who's coming out. Instead of this era, anybody and their grandfather can come out.
That part too, and I like
that's good and bad.
It's a lot more bad, and
Yeah.
I feel like that just because of social media. Social media always gonna focus on like the bad stuff more than they do the good stuff.
Yeah, but you know, there was like Patrick was saying, there was almost a not literally, but figuratively, there was like a price of admission. Like there was certain things, if you didn't have a studio or access to a studio, you wasn't coming out.
True.
You know, now you can release a record from your bedroom without a studio. You know what I mean? And so quality has gone down. The amount of records and music that has come out has gone up. So it's hard to filter through. And it was BS coming out from studios but back in the day, but it was just,
I believe you, but it's oversaturated now.
Definitely. And I thought it was oversaturated then, but it's really
because it's like some really, really great artists out here. Like locally, even just on the underground level. Like it's some great talent. Hip hop, R&B, jazz, all that.
Yeah. So you seem like you have a very wide variety of music that you listen to. Like who's some people that you listen to?
I'll tell you who I was listening to on my way here.
Okay.
My playlist. I listen to John Coltrane.
What?
I listen to Mobb Deep.
Okay.
I listen to Nas.
That's our generation.
I listen to I don't know, Jeffrey. That's my generation.
Okay. Okay.
What else did I listen to?
So you listen to a lot of different.
Oh, and I was listening to Tribe.
Called Quest?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure. All right, so that's what's up. I'm very surprised to hear, but pleasantly surprised because a lot of artists think that everything starts, 2019. Like they just they don't understand that it was something for them. And so when you were trying to get your records out there, get your name out there before you met Patrick, like what was the experience like? Like what were your strategies to try to be known?
Anytime that I got an opportunity to perform, I took the opportunity, and it was never about how much was they paying me. But a lot of my performance opportunities started in DC. And I feel like then when I was going outside, it was just like I was automatically received. And
in a positive way.
Yeah. And it was, I'm not going to say like, it was just like, because now like I do a lot of shows, but like back then it might be like, okay, I get 2 shows in January and then I might not get another show until like May or something like that. But I'm like, okay, it's progress. I wrote down a list of like stuff that I wanted to accomplish. And one of my accomplishments was like, get myself booked. So that was important for me. Get myself booked, record a song, you know what I'm saying? Put the song out. I had to write everything down that I wanted to do so that I could actualize it.
See, you have good energy because I over the years I've interviewed a lot of artists. So I've been doing my show since 2007.
Wow,
right?
I was a kid.
Yeah, 2007. So I can't tell you how many people I've interviewed, but I haven't talked to a lot of people that have just the way that you're describing it. Like it's just different. It's some artists have this sense of entitlement. Right. Mm-hmm. And I don't sense that with you, but a lot of artists have that. And I think that is a big part of the disconnect that happens from, being Pat's generation. So I would say like the 90s generation. Right.
You know why I think though that
what is that? Why is that?
I think a lot of that has to do with niggas being pump up dummies for one.
Yeah.
And
true.
It's like, how you just asked me about like, what do you listen to? Like, you can learn a lot from a person asking them what they listen to.
100%. Yes.
And a lot of people, it seemed like that they might just listen to what's hot. They listen to it for the beat. They listen to it for whatever. Because like if I'm around certain artists and they not like my playlist, cut this old shit off. What is this? I don't want to listen to that. What is that? And it's like you can already sense you're gonna be an entitled person because your mind already think you better than everybody.
That's a good point.
That's
a good point.
Like we listen to these people because we obviously resonate with the music, and then on top of that, it could be just like, yo, it's hard. Like when I was young, I would listen to Bone Thugs and like write the lyrics down because I wanted to rap fast like crazy. You know, I wanted to do it. So I was like, I'm gonna just keep listening to it until I learn it.
Yeah, I can. I can definitely tell that you have influences that are beyond your generation because. Like you do a lot of different styles, and a lot of artists is just in this one little box, right? But it comes from what you listen to and what you influenced by. So that is good, Patrick. I don't think that I have known you to work with an artist like her before. So what is it that drew you to this connection?
The versatile.
Yeah.
Versatile. We was working on a song called "Blow." I sampled "Blow Your Whistle," but it was supposed to be a weed song. She when on past recording sessions, she was just spitting verses, but she decides to sing her verse. I'm like. So I'm sitting in the chair. I'm like, oh, she different.
Yeah,
she different. But the problem was the guy that brought it to me got the negative attitude. Like no, that's not it. Not it. It's different. And so I'm like, I can't. I want to work with her, but. I'm not going to do that cut.
It caused a lot of problems.
And so I just let it marinate. When I seen that them two not hanging around each other, and I said, every time I say I'm going to reach out to her, I end up doing something else. Then don't mean to. Don't mean to. I had someone to do it first, but it's a whole long story with that. So I said, boom, reached out to her, pitched it to her. She was with it.
Yeah, so that I think you set that up really, really well. So let's do this. Let's take a quick break. And let's go to that song and then come back on the other side and talk about it. All right.
I didn't mean to turn you on. Oh, baby. I didn't mean to turn you on. Oh, baby. I didn't mean to turn you on. Oh, baby. This is a DJ woman. I didn't mean to turn you on. Oh, now you take me out. I knew what you were all about, but when I did, I wasn't trying to lead you on. Now you bring me home. You told me good night's not enough for you. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to turn you on.
about what happened to me last week. Slid in my DM and told me you really feeling ski. Smiled at it like what I see, started to speak. Then I had to think for a second, baby, I'm Shon Ski. Tell me what you want, I ain't playing. Just a lady trying to get to the skrilla. Need a lover by my side who ain't gon' hit it and quit it. I ain't turning you on, just know that you was not coming home. I like to thank you for the compliment and bumping my song for real.
Well, can I take you out?
Yeah, but if we kick it, we cool, and you know what I'm about, keep it cute.
Without a doubt.
Just know it ain't no kissing, can't be turning you on. You can drop me off right after this song and keep it moving. Don't try me, just keep it clear, cause I'm digging you now. I ain't one of your little shorties who be playing around. Now take me out in the city, spend a couple of Benjis and make me feel super pretty, cause I'm the skizzy, you with me for real. I didn't mean to turn you on, oh baby. I didn't oh baby. I didn't mean to turn you on, oh baby. I didn't mean to turn you on, oh baby.
Okay, okay. That was hot. That was hot.
Thank you.
So you said it's a whole story behind
It's
that?
you know, yeah, that record right there. The reunification was great, you know. But
It's a whole
I remember when he called me to like do the record, and I was like, you know, I was just kind of coming off of a high because I had just put out a 3-song EP at that time, and I ain't gonna lie, I was going through like burnout. So when I was going through burnout, I was like, I don't know, but you know, when he pitched it to me, I was like, all right, I do it. You know, I sat with it. And when the session come up, and I don't even know if Pat know this, but I had strep throat when I recorded that song. I'm talking my throat was banging. And they was like,
wow.
You gotta do it again. And I was so it really hurt the push through to push through to get that record.
But that's part of being an artist.
It's part of it. And the video, we just, you know, was just so many different dynamics. We're putting it together. It was supposed to be like a whole other thing, like 2 times before it got to this version of the video.
Yeah, that happened.
You know,
that definitely happened.
And we sat on the record for like a year.
And why don't you do that?
You know, a lot of life happened, but too, you know what I'm saying? By the time it got to the point of version of the video, we both were just annoyed with the situation because it was stuff that was supposed to be lined up to like help push the single.
Yeah.
And everything fell through.
Yeah.
And pretty much all we had at that point was the video. Like everything that we wanted to have, we didn't have it. All we had was the video.
Yeah, but that is a good problem to have though, because it's a visual thing, and that's one thing about today that is really different from, you know, say the 90s or the early 2000s. So, you know, that visual point, like everything is visual now. And back then, some things was visual, but it didn't have to be visual to make it. Now you really need that visual piece, and y'all have a video out. I really like the video.
Thank you.
And,
shout out to Creative Minds Traz for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, so you got that. So what is next? Like what is the what can people expect?
So me, just because I like to have a lot of music, me and Pat at the time, we were working on an EP. And it was kind of like a spinoff of Sounds of Love. So my EP that I dropped in 2023 was Sounds of Love. So he was like, you know, maybe we should do a Sounds of Love 3. So Pat was just sending me ideas, and me, him, and Barry Lutallo's a producer that I've been working with. And we just all started coming up with stuff. Like Pat would he would do some programming and some drums. He would give us, you know, just some direction. And then me and Barry would go in and we would add some more stuff. And then Pat might get it. We add some more stuff. So that project is something that's, you know, waiting. And then I also, on the rap side of things, even though I'm rapping on there too, but I have another EP that I plan on dropping as well. And it's real gritty. I'm actually really excited about it. I'm excited about putting this record out and transitioning into all of the stuff, because the hardest thing for me is always like when people ask me what kind of genre do you do? I don't know how to answer.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say that. Like,
I don't know how to answer that.
or somebody says you in an elevator with, I don't know, pick the
Right.
top person musically that you would want to talk to, and y'all in the elevator and you going to the 20th floor, and they say, what kind of music do you do? Like, what would you say?
What would I say?
Or if they say, are you a rapper? Are you a singer? Like, what do you?
The question is, do they put Lauryn Hill in a box?
That part.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
They don't look at it. They don't look at her as a singer, and they don't look at her as a rapper. They just look at her as an artist.
And the fact that her album is one of the greatest hip hop and R&B albums of all time,
Which is hard to do.
That's very hard to do.
Hard to be there.
I mean, that's
true.
That's the point. You can't put her in a box, and that's the way I look at it. You can't put her in a box because you're not putting Lauryn Hill in the box. So why are you gonna put why is she in the box?
Well, that's true. Lauryn Hill cannot be put in a box. That is.
It's just an artist.
That is true.
An artist. She can.
But that,
she
like
can
you
do
said, I would say I'm an artist. I'm just an artist.
No.
Yeah. So is that the so?
It makes my life. It makes my life easier because if I got say Big Al, I'm just one way with him. With her, I can go all over the spectrum.
Yeah.
With him, I can't go all over the spectrum. And like with Burnham, I can't go all over the spectrum. With her, I can go all over the spectrum. My production style can go. If I feel like making a club song, I can make a club. If I feel like making some bounce music, I can go there.
Don't sleep on Pat.
I can go all over the spectrum. But if I'm working with certain artists, I can't because their style sticks to their style. With her, I'm endless. And it's like, and I could pitch an idea. She's open-minded. I pitch ideas. I gotta get the vocals. I gotta get the vocals from them and do the track and show them.
Yeah.
If I with the most of them, be like, nah.
Because they don't.
With
They
her,
don't see it.
open-minded.
But that's because she has so many different musical influences, so she can tap into the different styles of music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good, and that's really rare. You know what I mean? That's really rare. So like, do you prefer to write to the song, to the track rather, or do you sometimes write to other things and try to match your music with something? Your lyrics.
I feel like now I don't have a preference anymore because I've been preparing to be able to adapt. And meeting people like Pat, everybody that I met in my journey, they contributed something to like my work ethic. And a friend of mine, his name is Shantae. I remember when we had a conversation years ago. This was even before I met Pat. He was like, everything that you do is going to mean something one day. And he was like, one day you could be in the studio with some of your favorite artists. One of my favorite singers is Wanye. I love you, Wanye. But he was like, if you was in the studio right now with Wanye and you had to give them something because that's the time, are you going to choke or are you going to give them something? You probably got like 30 minutes. Can you come up with something in 30 minutes? So he would make me, I used to just write R&B songs back then. Write songs. I don't care. Reference track, send it to me. I had to write 5 songs a day. So by the time I met Pat, when Pat was working on whatever, it was easy to just come up with something, and write to it because I'm already in that flow of just writing. But now it's like I could take verses from songs and it's like I just got verses to whatever and I can flow on any beat.
Well, that's good because we were talking about artist development and how it is a lost art form now. Mm-hmm. But some of the stuff that you're talking about, that type of that's stuff like Motown would do with their artists and that songwriting camp and kind of drilling them to be like that. A lot of artists nowadays don't even look at it like how you looking at it. And so, like you have yourself, but then we have 20 other artists that don't have that type of discipline or songwriting. Like, what is that? Like they just, you know what I mean? It's just, it's really hard. And so, I think that this union that y'all have and other people y'all collaborate with is really really good. We don't have a lot of artists. Like, we have people that make songs, right? That's what we have in Baltimore. We got people that make songs, but we don't have a lot of artists. You know what I mean? That the artistry, the craft, that part of it, and so some people, just like Patrick was saying about his time in Houston, like, it's just turn up. Everything just turn up, right? But that's not an artist. You know what I mean? It's just turn up. You know what I mean? But Pat, so are we great? Are we great to lose? Is Baltimore great to lose DJ Patrick to Houston?
It's too hot. It's too hot down there for me. It's too. I like where I'm at.
Yeah,
it's too hot.
Yeah, it's definitely hot.
We're from Baltimore. We gonna complain about some shit.
I mean, think about it. I could have left Baltimore. And I didn't leave.
Did you think about going to Atlanta when?
No. That wasn't even an option. I mean, I could have left Baltimore and went to Chicago, but I didn't. I stayed here because if they want me, they gotta come. If they want to work with me, they gotta come here to work with me. Yeah. Not me going there to work with them. No, you want to work with me, you come here. Well, I keep it like that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Baltimore is my hometown. What I look like leaving to go somewhere else, and I'm not doing that.
All right. Inquiring minds wanted to know that. So that is good though. As far as our sound, the Baltimore sound. What? So you grew up obviously knowing what club music is. Do you have an appreciation for it, or does it not seem like something that you could really rock with? Because Patrick, I'm sure he's told you, but we could tell you about a time when mainstream hip hop, big labels, played second to Baltimore club music in this town.
They were second fiddle to us. Yeah, they couldn't. Like in the Jacks days, they only got half an hour.
Yeah, so I want to make sure people understand. So the crowd, like y'all gotta give me that. The club is open. So maybe we opening the doors at 8. You know what I mean? When it's going till they say 2, but we're gonna call it 1:45, right? And so the way it would be is they will open up with club music. And we said at 8, right? So maybe they playing some house early. Right. And then it would go from club music all the way till midnight. And then they would play, like Patrick said, maybe a half an hour. So from 8 to like 12:45, maybe. That's all the latest hip hop songs. And then you're going right back to club for the rest of the night. And that's how it was in the biggest club in the city. But so hip hop artists would come here, and it's just kind of like this was like some different stuff for them. You know what I mean? Because I've done shows where we on a bill with major hip hop artists, and they coming on before me. You know what I mean, or some of my artists or whatever. So yeah, it's different time. It's flipped a little bit now. Well, not a little bit. I guess it's flipped completely now.
A lot of it, yeah. But it's definitely, I feel like, still that influence of this new age sound.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. Like I think it's cool what a lot of artists here are doing with club music. But I know if I was to do like just completely club tracks how I want it to sound like it sounded when I was a kid. I don't want it to sound like the modernized version of club music. That's just my preference.
Well, Patrick was going real deep at what I call music nerd talk, right? So the average person that doesn't make music is not gonna know what he's talking about, right? Well, he was talking about the grittiness of the sound and the drums and just the way the stuff is with using certain types of equipment, right? So I don't know are you talking about it from that standpoint?
Yeah, it's a grit to it, and even like when you listen to records that was recorded in analog, it's different.
Technically, like club music wasn't there. The sound wasn't clean.
Right.
Yeah.
What it is now is clean, crystal clean. No,
my parents always had music on in the house. Whether it's club music, hip hop, they played everything. And what I remember the most about a lot of that music, like nobody never sat down and really focused on how good the mix sounded. That blows my mind these days, because it's like, if I'm giving you, I got a rough record, I'm just coming from the studio, yo, listen to this and let me know. If you're going to sit and talk to me about the mix, obviously I know that it's not properly mixed. It's a rough record. I just now recorded
So you talking
it.
when you presented music?
Yeah, when you present, and it's like what we do in our scene here is we make do with what we got. And if the sound isn't crispy clean, I don't think that should be contingent on if you should bump it or not, or if you should play it.
We'll see. I think that the internet, unfortunately, has made everybody a critic. Everybody think that they know when they don't know.
They don't.
And so, if we talk about records from when Pat and I first started making music in the 90s, I would say 92% of the songs weren't mixed that people.
I know. I'm
they made songs, and they might, just level it out a little bit, and then we, you know what I mean. I have taken songs straight from the studio that day to the radio station or to a club, and I'm talking back in the 90s,
right?
Whereas though we didn't do no mastering, we just finished this, 30 minutes ago, like and then stuff is just caught on, and it just, and so some of the best songs have been raw like that and weren't mixed. But another thing that DJs now, and I was saying this, they don't want to break records, right? And when I call breaking a record,
that's a lost art.
It's a lost art form. Breaking a record,
I made a name. I made a name for myself of breaking records.
Yeah, Kenny B is another one that broke records, and so a lot of DJs don't want to do that. A lot of DJs don't know what their job is.
The problem is they scared that if they play this new song and it clears the floor, they ain't gonna have a job next week.
And I know this. A lot of DJs they party promoters now. They bread off of throwing parties and
but I mean, I think it's always been that. I think it's always,
but they was breaking records. That was you saying?
Yeah, but because the thing is that it is like it's a lost art form, but there's a way that you can do it. Obviously, as a DJ, I've played records that cleared the floor. But you got to know what to do when the floor clears. You got to get something right back on right away. And some records work, some records don't. But to me, as a DJ, this is what I've always done with my records or anybody close to me, that had a new record and I want to play it. Because if you got a new record, you have to play it at some point. Right. It's got to be the new song. So you can announce it to the crowd. That's fine. I do with breaking records what I call a sandwich.
I'm gonna tell you like this:
sandwich.
A sandwich.
I'm gonna tell you
sandwich. But go ahead, Pat. I'm gonna tell you about sandwich at the Pat.
How I used to break the song. We all know the Michael Jackson Makossa.
Yeah,
it's the hottest acapella.
Yeah.
If you could tell if I believe in your song, because if I put your song with that acapella, you'll beat to your song with that acapella. You know your verse is coming. You know your song is coming directly behind it.
Yes. Okay. So that's going hard. I don't go that hard. Okay. Because the thing about that is I don't know if people know. That's Mama say that's that. Right. So you got that acapella playing, and if you come with the beat, if the beat not hard, it's just it got to be hard. So I don't ever play a new record behind that. I always play something something safe. I go safe with that. Dick control, something, whatever it is, something easy.
But that's for later on in the party. But when you play the Michael Jackson early in the early part of the party, you know that you going to hear a song that's not part of the hype hour song.
Yeah, and that's true. And people are waiting for that. And so what I do, and I did this the other day. We were at whenever there is a home Ravens game, I DJ this tailgate down there. And so what I do is what I call sandwich. I'll take the new record, I'll take a hot record, and I'll play that song, and then I'll bring the new record in behind a hot record, and I sandwich it with another hot song behind it. So I put the new record in between those two records that I know people already like. And I sandwich them and use those two songs as the bread, right? And so you give them enough. I might give them the hook, the first verse, the hook, and take it out.
Okay.
Right? And then the next week, I go a little bit, I play it a little bit longer
Mhm.
and do it like that. And that's how I break a record.
Okay.
And so, but DJs, that should be the philosophy. That should be what they do. It's a new record, you play it between two things, and you train the crowd
Yeah.
to like this record.
Mhm.
Because if the DJ likes the record, he can make the crowd like it.
I feel that.
The radio does it. How many times do they have a song on the radio that you don't like? You hear it first
But
time,
you
I
heard
hate this
enough,
record,
and you
and then it come on again. You get out the car, you get back in the car. Come, this fucking song on again, and then you see some younger people in your family. Y'all like this song, and the next thing you know, after a month, you like the song. You
Yeah.
tapping your feet to it. They forced you to like that record,
Mhm.
and a DJ can do that with any record if he or she is invested to like.
It's always been a 3-week window.
Yes.
You could tell that if your
Yeah.
song after 3 weeks, your song don't blow up, then your song is not hot. It was always 3 weeks. Give your song 3 weeks of club play, from club to club. Boom.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
No, I agree with
It takes 3 weeks.
I agree.
It took 3 weeks. All songs had 3 weeks. You had that one song that might take that when you hear it because it jumps off, but most songs 3 weeks.
Yeah.
They don't believe in that.
Yeah, but that is true, and so, but a lot of times, we are playing in some place where we got a residency where we had this spot every week, right?
Mhm.
And we know exactly, the crowd knows exactly where we gonna go, knows the type of songs, and they're gonna trust the DJ. Like the DJ plays something, they you know what I mean, and so you can 3 weeks, absolutely.
Down to Jack's, DJs used to come in my room in the early part because now they know in that early part Pat is going to be playing all the new shit from everybody, because everybody used to come down the store like here's my new shit. So now I got everybody new shit on tape. So so now they know in that early part all the new shit is going to be played, so they know what to look for.
Yeah, and then but also, if we talk about if you're in a nightclub and the system is really on something, then everything's going to sound good. You know what I mean? If it got bass in it, it's going to sound good. You know what I mean? And but so some people go to a party or go to a club, a lounge, or whatever to hear new songs, like you said. Some people go to get drunk and just dance to something with the rhythm. Some people are going for all different reasons, and we got to figure out. The DJ is tricky now because you don't have to have a DJ invested in your record for a song to jump now, because it can jump on social media, and then they can force the DJ to I want to hear whatever it is, you know what I mean? And so you got that way. That's one way in. The DJs is another way in. Obviously, the radio, to a lesser point than it used to be, but it's still relevant. So you got all those different doors, and I think y'all pretty much can cover whatever way y'all need to go.
Yeah.
So that is good. So couple of EPs coming. Patrick, what else is on deck aside from your collaborations with Ski?
And I'm working with her. I got the Super EP Volume 2 Volume 2 come. So basically with those Super EP volumes, it's just basically beats, different types, different type of style, and see what really gravitate.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting on music. It just,
I feel that.
I got songs from you name it. I got songs just sitting in my computer.
But 2025 is about to be crazy. Like I got collaborations, obviously. I got this one joint with Mike Thomas. He's a singer from here.
Absolutely.
No,
Mike's been on the show.
Yeah.
Mike's friend of the show.
And I'm really excited about that record. I feel like y'all gonna really love it. So
yeah.
I ain't gonna spill too much, but I'm just hyped
he's
about
one of those. He's one of those type of singers. Yeah. So that's completely different from like the that kind of wave is completely different from the stuff I've heard from you thus far.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I'm expecting big things from you, and definitely. So how important on your journey is social media?
right now,
Mhm.
to be for real with you, it's not that important.
Okay.
And I only say that because I really study. Like, I am the type of person, if I really want to learn about something, I am going to study it. Meaning, I attended Spectacular Social Media Academy and I learned how to make the algorithm work for me. I
Okay.
spent my money doing this.
Okay.
But valuable stuff that you learn, you know what I'm saying? And once you get into, I guess, this groove of like, you post consistently, you start to see engagement, and it's like second nature. Like, you're
Mhm.
gonna do it anyway. And
Mhm.
especially if you have things going on, like I have too many shows, you know what I'm saying, coming up this month. And once you start collaborating with people, now you got people cross collaborating on social media. So sometimes it's just simple as, oh, let me just go and share this in my story because I'm already tagged in it. Oh, this person want me to collaborate on this post for this show that we have coming up. Let me accept the collaboration, and now it's there. Like, I feel like that I've worked hard enough now to where it's though I don't have to work super hard on social media.
Yeah.
But I know when it comes time to like roll out the records, that's where the work gonna come in. It's like when it's the content creation. Like, I'm smooth sailing right now because I'm just doing shows. And make sure y'all get some tickets to come to my show November 16th. I'm curating a women's show.
Where's that gonna be?
It's gonna be at the Harlem Theater. It's
Okay.
gonna be featuring myself and Whiskey Girl. We're the curators of the evening. Black Assets, Devon Daniil, and our special guest Naya. And yeah, that's gonna be like real dope.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely we gotta I will get the info from you and put that in the
Yeah,
description, the links in the
mhm.
description. Okay. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. So it's not scared to hit the stage.
Nah, but social media, man, I just feel like that.
I'm not a social media fan.
Yeah, I feel like that as
I'm
artists,
keeping it
when
that-
we have something to promote, that's
Yeah.
really when you got to utilize it.
Mm.
But if you're really like making the things work for you and you connecting with people, it's gonna work for you.
Cause my thing about social media, like Facebook, you only can have 5,000 friends, right? Out of 5,000 friends, I say about 100 to 200 people is supporting you. So
Right.
why are you gonna have 5,000 people and then only 100, 200 people?
Because
support?
that's where the out like that's
Well,
where
that's
all
the
of that
free.
stuff
That's
comes
the
in.
that's the free engagement part. And so
Mm-hmm.
if you pay for the sponsor side, then they will open up more of your followers.
Your visibility.
Yes,
It start
it will,
more
it will,
people
it will
start
change.
to see it.
Right. So that's so it's an investment
Mm-hmm.
to that part. So it depends on what you're doing, right? So for me, I obviously we do the show, and so I post probably 25 times a day. So because I'm doing something different, right? And then so on the music side, yeah, I guess on my music pages is different, but on my page, I mean, we're talking about breaking news and whatever's going on. So I'm posting constantly, and that's just 25 is an average. If it's like something going on, is even more than that.
Mm-hmm.
But I schedule my posts, and
That saves a lot.
yeah,
Of
so
time.
I schedule my posts. So I'll lay out posts for the whole month, and then I will schedule things to go out. Additionally, if something happens, like Quincy Jones passed away, so we talk about that. Obviously, I can't foresee that, so then that's going to be a post that's happening in real time. But I have posts that are scheduled that already are scheduled. Additionally, so I mean, it just is how you look at it. It's a tool, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But
And
it's all of
I
that
look at it as a
stuff
marketing
that you
tool.
said.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to make it work for you and
Yeah.
like understand it is tools on there that you can utilize. It's just annoying when you have to figure out how to like work all of this stuff.
But the thing, it's like I was saying with Patrick, and you said that we were talking about unity amongst the labels here, and there's definitely been issues, that we could have done differently, 100%.
Yeah.
But we still have a chance to take things to the next level, right? Because we got some of us that are good at this. You know what I mean? And some that are better at other things. Like I'm really good with social media. But nobody will ask me and say, yo, help me do da-da. But if somebody said that to me, and it was somebody that I mess with, I will absolutely, 100%, no problem. But we don't, I don't know whether, I can't say it, I don't know if it's pride, is it ego?
I just really feel like in social media. This is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I don't know why we don't talk to each other.
They're so socially awkward.
Yeah.
Like they feel more comfortable typing what they gotta say to you than coming up to you and
But
saying
even if you did that, so it's just like artists don't come up to me. You know, if artists ask me, "Can you help me do this?"
Mhm.
I would easy, but nobody asked me nothing.
Maybe they don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
like too. Like some people are only exposed to certain sides of you. Like
Yeah.
there's some people that might know me as Ski who like braid people hair,
Yeah.
and then there's some people who know me as Shon Ski, the artist. So I feel like that.
But okay, so that's a good one. So if somebody is like, "I wish I could have my hair done right," but they don't ever talk to you, like. You know, and you see him, you be like, "Dang, I could hook that hair," but they don't never say nothing to me. It's not like you going to say, "Here, come here, sit down. I'm going to do your hair right now." Like,
You're right.
they gotta, you know what I mean? And I see that so much. So I'm saying this:
Mhm.
if y'all ever need me to do anything on social media, you just call, you just text, whatever. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
I love your music, and I definitely will
Thank
help
you.
promote anything that y'all got.
I mean, like like the Griffs and the Boo Man and the
Definitely.
Braxtons of the world. I call them, and it gets done. And we always like. I called Boo Man and said, we're gonna do a mix package for Don't Mean To." He said, "All right, cool."
Yeah, yeah.
No,
That
no question asked, and it's done.
and it's just that simple. It's just that simple.
It's just
Just that
that simple.
simple.
I mean, I admit, certain people, you really gotta convince me.
Yeah.
You really gotta convince me because
As you should though.
you gotta really convince me. Let's say if Boo Man say, "I need you for this," all right, it's done. No question asked. But certain people, you gotta question it because the interior motive is it genuine or is
That's facts.
on some more other shit.
That's facts. I always, and I've said this on my show over the years, but to that point, I don't know. I just wanted a different sound, and I've never done this before. I reached out to Boo Man, and we have never worked together on anything. I think we have probably had, as far as conversations, and we probably have said one sentence to each other over since the 90s. Like, not that close. But I respect him. He respect me. I reached out to him. We was able to work it out. It was so easy. And it was just like, it was a surprise to me. Like, I should have, why don't I always reach out to people and, you know what I mean, outside of my circle? You know what I mean? And so I encourage people to do that more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do too.
Outside of your circle.
I agree.
I mean, it's just, certain people, you just be like, come on. We all in the same boat. Just make it happen.
Absolutely.
And it's like, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. You got something that can help me. You can help me on, and I got something that I can help you on.
Yeah.
Let's work together.
Definitely.
And
I agree.
Let's work together.
I agree. 100%. If we do that more here in the city,
and that's why I said we fumble the football, because instead of us go get our own dollar, we fighting for the $1.
Right. But if we come together like Voltron, it's $10 is out there as opposed to the $1. But you know what I mean. But it's a whole thing.
It's a lot of other money out there instead of that $1.
Right.
When we was literally fighting for $1.
Right.
And we didn't have to fight for that $1. Everybody had their own lane.
I feel like it's slowly shifting though. Like especially the culture here.
It's really slow.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you go outside and you see all the things that's happening, all the artists is curating their own shows now.
Yeah.
They putting other artists in position to get paid and curate shows, and the music that's coming from here, the businesses that's coming from here. Like it's a lot that's going on in the city.
Yeah, no, that's true. And one thing I really commend this generation for is there is more of a business mindset to a lot of this. More so than we had as artists coming up in the 90s and in the early 2000s, I think. So that's progress. That's
it is.
That's
But I feel like y'all came from an era though where people just like genuinely loved the music. Like they just genuinely loved it.
It was a lot of money. It's a lot of money getting put out to put you out. So. So we had to watch. We really had to watch that part and watch that. So I mean, we really fumbled the ball. It just. I mean, it's sad. It's sad that I could sit back in the cut and listen and go places, and I'm listening. I'm like, that sounds like some shit that Boo Man did early '90s, and
Yeah.
just they just oversaturated with some 808 kick with 808. I mean, like,
No, but
look,
that's happened so much. You'll have people travel, artists, producers are traveling, right? They're going to different areas. They're hearing sounds,
Mhm.
and then they're in the studio and they taking those sounds that they heard. They did it. They take DC sound,
Yeah.
their go sounds. I've heard their sounds, and I've the first person that I heard take sounds from here was Pharrell, right? And so he's from Virginia,
yeah.
and he come through here,
Mhm.
and took some of our sounds, and I started hearing it in artists, and then it's different ones. But now our sound to me is mainstream. It ain't our sound no more, right?
Mhm.
So, but we don't need to cry about it. We just need to make records, and now with you collaborating with artists like Shon Ski, like whoever else, you take your sounds and put it behind words, and then it can go further than here, is what I mean.
Mhm.
So, and you can get some of the milk that was spilled. It's mopped up. It's done. Now we can get some new. You know what I mean? We get some new stuff. It can happen. It could definitely happen. And so, are you open to working with more artists?
Not yet.
No,
Good answer. Good answer.
the one time I was open, it was just they fumbled.
Yeah.
They really.
I feel where he coming from though.
No,
like
they
when
really
you open
fumble it.
yourself up, I be feeling like sometimes people just be like, play with you was written on your forehead, and they try to play.
And it's like, all right, I got two in my camp, and it just seemed like they were not being upfront with me. And I'm like, in the other camp, with Alba, I'm like, come on now. I'm giving you some new stuff, but you want to sound like bringing the cat. No, we're not going to duplicate that. We're not going to duplicate that at all.
Now,
That's my man. Why I'm going to duplicate my man?
That is crazy though.
Why I'm going to duplicate that?
I've had people say stuff to me like this. So what if they said this? What if the song that the sound they wanted you to give them was a sound that you've given another artist in the past?
No,
not somebody else can.
I can't do that.
Like I've had people come to me and say, "I want a song like Hey You Knuckleheads," and I'm like, "No, that was Big Red. That's not. I'm not going to do that no more. That was then. You know what I mean?
You know how many people ask me to redo a program? Say my name.
I'm sure.
I'm not programming that.
Yeah.
I like say my name is when I did say my name. That was the future.
Yeah.
That was the future. It was what I did on that was before its time.
Definitely.
And then you can ask anybody. They would point to that particular day. That was before the time.
Well, it was a hard record.
That's why when you play it today, it fits today because I did it way back in the 90s.
Yeah. Like you said, some of those
they
records
was not
like
sampling. They was not sampling the way I was. They when you listen to that particular 12-inch, is like the kick alone is 3 different kicks, 3 different snares. The 900 name is not even the 900. We can't even say it's the original sample where Mark 45 King got it from. And so,
yeah, but a lot of times people will call it 900 number, but I
number.
always said, so I didn't know that I didn't know that
original sample.
But the thing is that when I heard it, I was like, it doesn't sound like 900 number, but people will call it that. So you said
it's from where he got it from,
okay.
And I flipped it.
Oh, wow.
I flipped it to what it was, and then I had guys like, yo, I sit there and study that and try and figure out how did you flip that 900 number like that? And I'm like, it's not 900 numbers where he got it from. And
But that I guess that's from being in the record stores and knowing.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yeah.
That was the breeding
Yeah,
ground for samples.
Definitely.
Because like EA, them drums is from an import that I piece it together. So that's why you would never find them drums.
Yeah.
Because you gotta find it. You gotta find that bullshit ass import and start boom, piece it together, make it.
So you just heard the snare and you was like, I like this snare, and I'm just grabbing
just
this.
piece it
Like,
together now. Then you got that.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good stuff.
I mean, at the end of the day, I was before my time. I mean,
and well, like you said, here we are now.
And my thing is, if I pitch an idea, it's just an idea. Don't dim the idea. It's an idea for us to start,
right?
For us to start to build up on.
Everybody an artist, though, right?
Right. Well,
I mean, like I said, when she was there, the guy that she came in the door with, I pitched the idea, and he condemned it. And I'm like, this dude negative. I don't want him around me no more. Like it's an idea. It's an idea, and we can all build up onto this idea. And then when what she gave me, I'm like, oh, she's different. But I'm like, I'm not that type of person like booting somebody out and just take her. So when like I said, when they wasn't hanging around each other, I'm like, all right, I can go work with her now.
Yeah, and
I seen she's not in the box artist.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Which is a good thing.
I've been dealing with in the box artists, and that I gotta be a certain way. I can't have an open mind on the production. I gotta be.
That's frustrating as a creative person.
100%.
It's frustrating.
100%. So, yeah. So now we said some good things here, and I really appreciate this level of a conversation.
And I mean, talk about like I said,
me too.
If a person, this person killed any else, I mean, I won't say they killed it, but in where I'm at right now, that person killed anybody could really just come approach me like, oh, can you?
She's not with it.
That's the energy.
I don't have no person. I don't have no problem of working with people. It's just if I listen to your catalog and I see that all you make is turn up music, I ain't gonna want to work with you because all you do is turn up music. I like if I pitch an idea, it might be something way out your comfort zone.
But people gotta be, like you said, gotta be open, and it depends on what you want. Like some people, you can have an artist that only did turn up music, and maybe they wanna go in a different direction, but they don't know how. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And maybe they come.
But like her, I gave her a track that remind you of some bad boy shit, and she was all over it.
But she
now, if I'd have gave that same track to a person that's I consider in the box, they'd be like, no,
right.
No,
right.
That's the difference,
right?
I couldn't imagine what it's like though being a producer, because that's just like I feel that way if a person come to me and be like, yo, let me write your raps for you, because I feel like that if
that's disrespect. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that as much disrespect. I feel like that's where Pat coming from with that, because it's like you not coming to me because you respect the craft that I got. You want me to be another nigga? Like
I gave her. He not with us. I gave her just the drums track. I was like, do something with it. They submitted some Mary J. Blige type shit to me. I'm like, I'm fucking with this.
Yeah, he literally just drums.
Just the drums. just the drum. I just gave them just the drum, and they submitted me some off the wall type Mary J. Blige job. I'm like, oh, we on to something. Now I got open. My mind is all over the spectrum now because I ain't gotta just do club. I ain't gotta just do club, or I ain't gotta just do some club shit. I can go do some bad boy bounce shit. I can do some regular bounce shit, or I can do some house shit. I can do this. I can do that.
No, that's good. You know, all producers are not, you know, able to step outside of that, what I call the comfort zone. You know what I mean? And so that's good. But those are the producers that last for a long time. Ones that can go outside of just the
I
105.
mean, way back in the day, I was more or less trying to move away from what normally is getting done to something else. It's like you get dragged back into that.
Yeah,
because
yeah. I definitely experienced that. Definitely. Well, I have enjoyed this conversation. I really have. How can people stay in touch with you and follow your journey, Shon Ski?
Well, I'm always on Instagram. So
Okay.
you can follow
That's your
me.
favorite.
It's my favorite.
Okay.
It's my favorite one. All of my other social medias are linked in my Instagram bio if you want to find me in those places. But Shon Ski Media on Instagram, YouTube, Shon Ski, all DSP, Shon Ski, Eventbrite, Wild Femme Productions. Yeah.
That's what's up. Patrick, how can people follow you?
Oh, Instagram DJ Patrick. You know what I mean? Facebook Patrick McDonald. But that's on Facebook. It's hard to get in. You gotta have we gotta have a lot of mutual friends for me to accept you. I'm keeping 1,000. Because if I show you people who friend request me, you could be like, damn, he got just as many friend requests.
And you just keep them sitting there.
Yeah,
You just look at him. He probably gonna look at him every other
because
day.
we ain't got
You
that.
just keep them on red.
Because I'm like,
Good.
I don't want 5,000.
You gotta protect your energy. Protect your energy.
Well, whatever it takes.
I
Whatever it
like
takes.
on Facebook. I just want to see positive energy.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Positive energy.
Yeah. Well, I feel you on that because everything on social media is
energy.
not
I don't
positive.
want up and down my timeline so much negativity that just don't make that make you don't want to be on there. I don't be posting because that's not my thing.
Sorry, I'm gonna drop some songs and he can repost them.
Yeah, absolutely. I love social media. I feel totally different from Patrick. I'm here for all the drama, all the negativity, all of the bathroom pics with their sitting on the sink. All of those, I want all of that. I want all of
it. And the crazy thing about it is, I want people in my friend list that I can learn from.
Yeah,
I want to learn from you.
Yeah.
I want to learn from you.
But you can train. What. You can train your algorithm.
You have to train your algorithm. Yeah. You do. You got to train it.
Up and down my timeline, up and down, I see new plugins or this, that.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm looking down at. My timeline, and I'll be like, all right, I'm going to see what this plugin about.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning stuff.
That's good.
I use that as a learning tool.
But like I said, it's whatever you're looking at. It's supposed to show you. Social media is an echo chamber of showing you what it thinks that you like. Right? Keep showing you the same thing. That's why I don't let my nephews grab my phone no more. So sometimes they would, grab my phone and want to look at my social media, and it's all these big butts and all of this. I'm like, give me my phone.
I mean, that's what are you looking at? I mean, that's natural.
My algorithm's crazy. But I got you.
I just want to learn. I want when I do get on, I want to learn something.
And like you said,
teach me something.
Keeping it positive.
And keep it positive, and I want to learn from you.
And don't put no whack shit on
there. Well, definitely don't do that.
Don't do that. Okay.
But yes, music submissions, booking, business info. Hit me up, djdominic@gmail.com. And of course, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. We are right here, and on Saturdays at 3. So again, I appreciate y'all coming through, and I'm looking forward to what y'all got coming out next. As always, y'all need me. I'm just a phone call or text away.
Bless.
All
Appreciate
right.
you too.
And so this has been a lot of fun. Okay. So of course we'll be back. I'll be back on Monday, actually. All right.
Good.
See y'all.